stirring the elderberry tea with the K-Bar chopsticks, using the Vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your elderberry tea. At the molecular level, good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, elderberry tea. Perfect. I got the elderberries from Clearview. She sent them to me, and I just go in there and I scoop them out with this T-ball infuser. The elderberries are in there, and literally I can put this in here, fill it up 5 to 7 days in a row and get a rich, dark tea. Those elderberries just give and give and give and give. And the flavor, I happen to like the flavor. And it has the effect of strengthening your immune system as well. So, elderberry tea from Clearview. Excellent. I've said this for years, you are one person away from the one person that can change your life. Your most valuable asset in business and commerce is relationships. How much do you contribute to those relationships in depth and width? Are you reliable? Make mental inventory of those relationships today and what you can do to improve them. You're one person away from the one person that can change your life. It's amazing. I used to cut the hair of the guy who was the chief operating officer of the National Hockey League. He was vice president of sports programming for NBC Sports, and his business partner was Ryan Seacrest. I sat in my chair every month. Imagine the people that he knows that I could tap into. I'm one person away from the one person that could change my life. Who do you know that knows somebody who knows somebody? How can you invest in that relationship? Notice I said relationship, not friendship, because I really don't believe there are such things as friends, true friends. I really don't. I believe there's friendly acquaintances. There are people that are reliable, but friends? Few. You can count them on your hand if you had only 2 fingers on your hand. I don't believe in friends. Say what you want. I don't believe in friends. And after you have a few friends turn their back on you, then you come to that conclusion. And you live better. That way you have low expectations of people. That when people are cool and follow through and show a little bit of fidelity and aren't creepy and weird and talk behind your back and do shit to you, then you start distancing yourself from the people you called friends. They're friendly acquaintances. It's a relationship that you have. It's functional. Don't confuse that with a friend. This is from The Last Pipe by Christopher Morley, written in 1918. Breakfast must be spread in a chamber of eastern exposure. Let there be hominy and cream, and if possible, brown sugar. There follow scrambled eggs, shirred to a lemon yellow. Whenever I hear the phrase lemon yellow, lemon-yellow, I think of the song Jeremy by Pearl Jam. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Lemon yellow sun, right? Arms raised in a V. Yeah. Okay. With toast sliced in triangles, fresh, unsalted butter, and Scotch bitter marmalade. Let there be, without fail, a platter of hot bacon, curly, juicy, and fried to the debatable point where softness is overlaid with the faintest crepitation of crackle, of crispiness. If hot Virginia corn pone is handy, so much the better. And coffee, 2/3 hot milk, also with brown sugar. It must be permissible to call for a second serving of the scrambled eggs, or if this is beyond the budget, let there be a round of judiciously grilled kidneys, with mayhap a sprinkle of mushrooms grown in chalky soil. That is the kind of breakfast they used to have in Eden before the fall of man and the invention of innkeepers. The Last Pipe by Christopher Morley. You don't see writing like that anymore, do you? Here's something I wrote probably 5 years ago, but I think it's worthy of bringing up today. In the future, after the USA is gone, its epitaph may say it was the culture that took everything and everybody in, that was perverted, wrong, weird, and then legislated, legalized, and promoted everything that was perverted, wrong, and weird. While there has always been perverts, wrongdoers, and weirdos, there's never been a culture that promoted it and made it a state-approved behavior and actually started building laws to protect it, promote it, and actually punish those that oppose it. And that way, I am not pro-USA. It goes way beyond the Constitution and the government structure. For the little piece of decency and normalcy as defined 100 years ago, I am pro-USA and will vote in that direction. Am I old-fashioned? Yeah. I'm a little 1776. You know what I'm saying? Party like it's 1776. I love this meme. It says, when you're completely done with everybody. Always made me laugh. That's consistent with my desire to live in a house that you can't see from the road. This is funny. The reason Mayberry was so peaceful and quiet was because nobody was married. Andy, Aunt Bee, Barney, Floyd, Howard, Goober, Gomer, Sam, Ernest T. Bass, Helen, Thelma Lou, Clara, and of course Opie were all single. The only married person was Otis, and he stayed drunk. That's pretty funny. Love this African proverb. When an old man dies, a library burns to the ground. Someone said, well, it couldn't be that old if it was an actual proverb. Yeah, I know. Proverbs have to be thousands of years old, don't they? Marcel, he's a client of mine in Cambridge, England, UK. He's looking for an entry-level project management job. Do you have any contacts that may lead to work for him, or at least have a conversation? Contact him directly. I will put his email link down below. It's a young man that is a client of mine, and I am reaching out to my friends in the UK. The answer to what was I thinking is you weren't thinking. Do you ever think about past relationships and you say to yourself, man, what was I thinking? Do you ever think about a marriage that you had and you think to yourself, what was I thinking? You weren't. You weren't using your head. You were using the bed. Boy, this is going to embarrass him. The oldest son, he's 22 years old, clean-cut, conscientious, always loved feminine women. He never brought home, I don't want to say he's a player, but he enjoys the company of ladies. But he never brought home a certain type of woman. Let me tell you what he brought home. Conservative women, no makeup or very little makeup, always wore dresses, always. Hair pulled back or like in a bun. Almost Amish, in a sense. I guess it doesn't hurt being in Mennonite country, right, outside of Philadelphia. And I approve. And I'm hoping and praying that he has 10 children. So let's throw a little blessing in his direction. May his quiver be full. His nickname is L.A. So L.A., here's to you. Proud of you. Oh, and I love you and I believe in you. You know that. She's a good girl. She loves her mama. She loves Jesus and America too. She's a good girl, crazy about Elvis, loves horses and her boyfriend too. Tom Petty, 1989. If you know the name of that song, put it down below. I'd like to see if you remember the name of that song. Clothes make the man, but muscles make the clothes. After I leaned down from a big Guido, which was an extra large in everything, to a trim, medium, and large, and started wearing more fitted shirts. Like, for instance, this is a large. It's now becoming actually kind of loose on me as what's interesting is I'm getting smaller, but I'm getting more muscular as I'm getting smaller. Explain that. Okay, so I can now fit into some medium shirts and some large shirts. So when I started wearing more fitted stuff rather than just like, a shit ton of fabric on my body, my presence on podcasts and stages improved. I sleep better, I move better, I lift less weight, but I concentrate on form, I eat better. The doctor tells me I may have added 10 years to my life because I opted for a leaner body because of intermittent fasting. Dudes, I am 61 years old, and I feel like I'm 35 to 40. No kidding. Now, none of that is natural. It's the result of a plan. Stuff like that doesn't happen overnight. So you have to do the work. Yes, it's hard work, but you get used to it, just like you got used to becoming fat. You can get used to becoming trim and thinner. Opt for trim, lean. I don't want to say skinny, but opt to be trimmer. There's no downside. Gentlemen, and I can't believe how many people will disagree with me publicly about this. If you keep telling your wife she deserves better, she'll eventually believe it. No more annual anniversary self-deprecating social media posts like, I can't believe she put up with me all these years. Wife is also on social media. I click on her page. No self-deprecation. Only men are experts at that. We put ourselves down for laughter. It's not funny, gentlemen, because I believe you. When you tell me you're a schlep, I believe you. And then you get offended when someone treats you like one. Well, guess what? You've been training all of us to believe that you're not even worthy of a happy anniversary. Come on, man. It's all done in jest, George. You don't get it. No, I get it a little too well. Been there, done that. Don't do it anymore. Here's the full quote by C.S. Lewis. Everybody always only uses the first couple sentences. I'm going to give you the full quote. Of all tyrannies, a tyranny sincerely exercised for the good of its victims may be the most oppressive. Sincerely exercised for the good, this is for your good, might be the most oppressive. It would be better to live under robber barons than under omnipotent moral busybodies. The robber baron's cruelty may sometimes sleep. His cupidity may at some point be satiated, but those who torment us for our own good will torment us without end, for they do so with the approval of their own conscience. They may be more likely to go to heaven, yet all the same time likelier to make a hell on earth for others. This very kindness stings with intolerable insult. To be cured against one's will in curative states, which we may not regard as disease, is to be put on a level of those who have not yet reached the age of reason, or those who never will, to be classed with infants, imbeciles, and domestic animals. Whew. All tyranny starts with, it's for your own good. It's for your own good. And with that, finish your coffee or your elderberry tea, because it's for your own good. And I'll see you next time on the Daybreak Show, your home of sanity, clarity, and reason.
Deep in the shadows, I know it's hard to put one foot in front of the other. So far as the echo, where do we start? You can learn to discover a million stars. Here in the shadows, I know you're scared. Take my hand, together we'll make a stand. We've got to fight to find a way. Dare to fall to find out what to say. No more hate. Just admit that you're just afraid. time to let go of all your fears and pride. Stand up beside me, don't you hide. We can build a better place if we can just find a way. Then we can live a better day. Rise from the ashes, from the anger, from the war. Let's come together, lift your spirit for the cause. We should be equal, should be living free. All together, one and all, let's build a dream.